Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, thank you for being patient. I've been saying that a lot in the past videos. If you've been following me on Instagram, you would know that I've been following Kim Kardashian's diet for the past 2 days, and it's been very interesting. And to be blunt, I actually am not like a huge fan of Kim Kardashian. I just never got into it. I never kept up with her or her family. It just wasn't a thing. I remember my mom used to watch the show back in the day. I've been thinking about doing something that is pretty new. I mean, people have been doing it, but it's been popping up more on my feeds and stuff. Something called ECO-KETO, which is like vegan keto, essentially. And I've known for a while that Kim Kardashian, she's been doing Atkins for, I don't even know how long, for years, and that's how she maintains her figure. I actually lost 70 pounds on Atkins. This was back before I was vegan. But yeah, since I've been looking more into like the vegan keto lifestyle, I looked up Kim Kardashian's diet that she posted, like what she ate for 3 days. In recent media, I found out that she's actually going plant-based, which is incredible because I know that there's a lot of people who do look up to her and do watch her and follow her life, and to have her as a vegan role model would be revolutionary. But if she stays vegan, that's actually going to be huge for the vegan community, and I feel like it'll inspire a lot more people to consider going vegan, or at least more plant-based, and that way we can save more animals, reduce suffering, and hopefully something good comes out of it. But for now, I'm trying her low-carb diet, and I'm just veganizing what she ate. On people.com, I found her menu. It looked very actually appetizing. Almost everything on there, I was like, yes, 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 I would have that. But let's get started, because some of the foods that she eats on the regular are actually delicious, even veganized, and even if they're low-carb, you can't really tell. So the morning of the first day, I decided to make her chorizo and cauliflower sauté. So I ended up steaming some cauliflower in my steamer. And then I'm using my favorite vegan chorizo for this. This is the one you get at Trader Joe's. This one's delicious. It's the only one I eat now. Nothing really comes in comparison. And I also pulled out some cheese and some salsa. So I have the steamed cauliflower here. I just chopped that up real small. And then I'm gonna cook that with the chorizo that we get from Trader Joe's. Hello, best chorizo ever. And I sauteed this without any oil. I just added a little bit of water, sauteed the chorizo a little bit, and eventually I went and added the cauliflower. And what's great about this, it really is just 2 ingredients. It's just the steamed cauliflower and this chorizo, and you just cook it up. And surprisingly, for being so simple, it was really, really delicious. Maybe just because I love this chorizo so much, it was just a win-win for me. So I got that on my plate. I added a little bit of cheese on top, and then I also added a little bit of the salsa. The salsa's not great. I got it from Winco, and I'm not a fan. Won't be getting it again. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of like green salsas, I guess. They're just too tart for me, but I love the red salsa, so I don't even know why I got this. But all in all, this was really good. I ended up eating it with a low-carb tortilla, even though Kim Kardashian doesn't do that. But it was so delicious. And for a snack, I just cut up half an apple with a slice of Follow Your Heart cheese. This is provolone. All the Follow Your Heart cheeses are so good that you can eat it by itself. I wouldn't do this with Daya. And then I started cooking up some lunch. I have these Smart Tenders from Light Life. They're actually super delicious. I eat them all the time. Really good replacement for chicken if you're new to veganism in general. And then I cut up some spinach. So I made this homemade ranch dressing. That's just my favorite. I also added some feta because she actually has like a feta ranch dressing, but instead of just making it into dressing, I made my own tofu feta, which is actually pretty good. And I just mixed it all together, added some ranch and mixed that in as well. And this is actually really good too. And then for dinner, I just had more of the chorizo saute just because I had so much left over, and it was so good that I wanted it again. This is definitely something I'm going to be incorporating into my food prep, especially for weight loss. The next morning I decided to make an egg bake that she likes, and she also has a slice of lemon with it, which I'm not a huge fan of honeydew, but I still bought it for the video, so hopefully it will get eaten. I also got some green chilies in a can, and I was roasting, this is an Anaheim chili, on the stove. If you haven't roasted anything on the stove, it's actually super convenient. I learned about it in culinary school. You just have to wait for the skin to get burnt off kind of, and then you scrape it off and just cut it up and you're ready to go. Super fast. I usually do it in the oven, but when you do it in the oven, you kind of need oil, but this is the best way to do it, oil-free. I'm also gonna add some arugula to the mix. So I grabbed my arugula from the fridge. I also grabbed some tofu for the egg base. This is just firm tofu. And then I also pulled out my Follow Your Heart cheese again, as well as the cheese from Go Veggie. Not all of them are vegan, just check the label. But the thing about the Go Veggie cheese, it doesn't melt very well in the oven. It melts perfectly in the microwave, but since I was making this into a bake and had to go into the oven, I knew it wasn't going to melt the way I wanted to. So what I did is I used the Go Veggie cheese to mix into the bake, because when it's mixed with other things, it does melt better than as opposed to on top. And then I used the Follow Your Heart cheese on top, because I know that one melts perfectly. And can someone tell me if this is normal? Every time I leave my fridge open, my cat feels the need to jump in there. I don't know, maybe she just loves food. She's like her mama. So next we're gonna preheat the oven for the tofu bake, or the egg bake. And we're gonna set that to 400 degrees and get started with the base. So I blended up some tofu, half an onion, and a couple cloves of garlic, and some seasoning. If you guys want the recipe, make sure to like this video so I know to post the recipe in the future. I also added the Anaheim chilies into the mix. Who else loves Anaheim chilies? I freaking love them. So I added the can of green chilies in there and started putting the Go Veggie cheese in there to mix up. And on top of that, I also put the arugula in there, which was actually a really good addition to this. All of the flavors work together really well for this recipe. The menu I found for Kim, it didn't have any portions or recipes. It was very vague. It was kind of vague in what she ate for the menu. So it would say cauliflower mac and cheese and grilled chicken. Like, there's not an actual recipe that goes along with it. So I had to kind of come up with my own for it, most of this, which was fun because it gave me inspiration to do kind of different combos of foods. Like, I probably would never have made a tofu bake if I didn't have a reason to. And now it's like super good and I want to incorporate it into like brunches and stuff. But if you want any of the recipes that I showed today, go ahead and leave a comment down below so I know to make a video in the future, and I'll get back to you guys about that. And this is what it looks like all mixed up and ready to go into the oven. And look at my little Gigi towel, so cute. So we're gonna pop that in there for at least 30 to 35 minutes. Some say it needs up to 45, but I think the tofu cooked a lot faster than the eggs. I ate my snack while I was waiting for the bake because I was super hungry. As you know, I usually intermittent fast and don't start eating until like 1 or 2. So I was ready to eat and I didn't realize it was gonna take so long to make. So I had my snack and it was just a carrot cut up with hummus, and I have some red pepper hummus from Sabas or Sarbas? Sabas? You know, the hummus company. And then I have the spicy avocado hummus from Trader Joe's, which is okay. I probably won't get it again. It wasn't spectacular by any means. And here's what the bake looked like afterwards. It was so good. I put it on a low-carb tortilla. And these tortillas are great. I get them from Mission. They're only 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, depending on the size you get and depending on if you get the whole wheat one or the white one. But these are a great alternative to tortillas in general. I used to make something very similar to this when I was not vegan, and it was an egg bake as well, but it was like a chili relleno bake, and it was so good. It's so similar to chili relleno bake. It did not taste like tofu at all. It definitely had the egg consistency that I remember from making egg bakes. It was really good, you guys. So for lunch, Kim usually has a turkey burger with chipotle, aioli, and onions, tomatoes, and pickles. And I was surprised that Boca actually has like a turkey imitation burger and that it's way better than the original Boca burger. From now on, I'm actually gonna get the turkey ones instead of the regular ones because I actually don't even buy the regular ones because I'm not a huge fan. But these are good enough that I would eat them on a regular basis. So I topped it with chipotle aioli, which is just chipotle with just mayo, some onions and tomatoes. I was out of pickles because I ate them all, my bad. but you get the idea. And I just ate it without any bread this time. The only time I really added tortillas was for breakfast. I would just eat it the way Kim does, without any carbs whatsoever. So for dinner, I was really excited about this because she has a cauliflower mac and cheese. And this mac and cheese sausage was so freaking good, you guys. And I grilled up some chicken, added some buffalo seasoning to that. So it was more like a buffalo mac and cheese, which was so good. And I wish I could say that I didn't miss the noodles, but I missed the noodles a lot. Like the cauliflower was good, but it wasn't as satisfying as regular noodles would be. But I guess that also means you're not gonna overeat on it. But it was pretty filling. By the end of the night, like I was really stuffed, and I knew I didn't eat that much. But I was surprised by how full and like satiated I was after. I think it was just because there was a lot of fat incorporated into it that kept me sustained throughout the day. I really enjoyed all the food. It made it low carb seem a lot less intimidating. I mean, you're having mac and cheese. Did I miss the noodles? Yes. I mean, I just love carbs. But is this sustainable for at least like a couple months? I think so. I think I could do low carb for a couple months and then start gradually incorporating more carbs back. Miko, you're never in videos anymore. Come say hi. Kardashians have dogs, right? I feel like I never see them with dogs, but me. No kisses. Anyway guys, that's all I ate for the last 48 hours. If you like this video, don't forget to like the video. Go. Well, on that note, I guess we should end the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.